What's up, my people? Back in the yard, working on the Ram here. Let's get to it. You just heard it squeaking down the road. Yeah. New wheel bearing. Comes with the hub and the new ABS sensor. As you heard it going down the road, she's a loose. So jack the truck up, put 2 jack stands. You want that even though you're working on the left side. That's one reason why jack the tires both up, so you can turn the wheel, so you can get into places like this, because you're gonna need to for these bolts down here. These bolts gotta, hang on, these bolts right here, there's 4 of them, gotta come out so you can get this side and then turn the wheel the other way and get the other side. Jack up both tires. All right, first thing, let's get this caliper bracket off. 13/16. Now, if that wheel wasn't turned, you wouldn't get that gun on there, that's for sure. Alright, let's get this bracket off. She should just come off nicely. Inspect the brakes while we're here. I just got brakes on this thing. Yep, they're looking good. Gotta have to hang this so it don't rip anything. Simple little bungee. Hook it there, wherever, just to hold that from falling. So you don't want to rip that line. All right, now that we got that off, you got to pull these 4 bolts right here. You can hear that, how loose that is. All right, the caliper bracket bolts are 24 mil, and these 4 bolts back here are 18 mil. I tend to get mixed up this SAE and metric, even though they both will work. You do want the right one. Let's get this pulled. Yeah! Oh, that feels good. Woo! So if you can't fit the gun or a wrench in there, don't panic. Just turn the spindle, and you see that universal turn till you find your sweet spot there. So I gotta be right there. Of course, you guys are in the way. Of course, there's one that you can't ever get the gun on, but it's okay. Get her out with a ratchet. All right, we got all 4 bolts out. Now we got to get this rotor off. We'll get that off and then get that bolt off. I called it a bolt. It's a nut. 1 5/16 inches I got for this. Nice and nice. Gotta get the torque spec on that thing. Man, I hope this thing don't make me get my big hammer out. Just hitting the inside here, knock the rust and stuff off. Take my pry bar. We'll go on the edge of this. There she is. She's a moving now. There she goes. All I did was beat on the inside of here, right here. Spun it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Then took my pry bar in there and hooked the pry bar to the edge where it ain't hurting it. And broke it loose. All right, next thing is got to unhook this ABS. Now the new one has a new ABS, so you don't have to unhook it from this caliper. It actually goes through here, boom, 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 up and around, and then comes back up in here and has the clip here. So for now, I'm just gonna cut this one, and then when I put the whole new hub on, because I got the caliper in the way, so I couldn't, you know, do all that. I'll hook that all up after. But this is where it has to be disconnected from, where we're gonna break it loose. And these are prone to give you big problems, so we're gonna do a little beating on it. The other thing that I already did is I just tapped this in to make sure that comes loose, because a lot of times if you pull this and beat this first, you're gonna pull the drive shaft. You're gonna pull this shaft right out with it. You know, your axle, not drive shaft. Excuse the lingo. Oh, just what I didn't want. Hang on. All right, we re-rigged it, got that hanging. Then I could get back in there anyways to get my ABS after. That fell, but it didn't hurt nothing. But that's how it could. That could have ripped right there, and I'm into another repair. But I started to get it with those 3 hits with just that little duty hammer. I got it loose, so we're gonna keep hitting it. We're gonna rotate it and hit the other side. Yeah, that fell again. Get my pry bar in there. Come on, baby. There she is. She's a loose. Let's cut the rest of this off. Come on. All right. See, the axle stayed there. If that was frozen in there, you didn't tap that first, this could come out, which isn't a big deal. You just put it back in. But less work is less work. We're going to clean all this up real good here with a little emery so the next one seats. Here's our new hub. Leave them all tied up because they're out of the way right now. Get these splines lined up, and it doesn't matter if the holes aren't lined up because you can just turn this once it's in. Man, that's awful. I'm gonna get going there, buddy. I should just slide it. Ah, there we go. We're gonna have to draw it with the bolts. Yeah, stubborn little guy. We gotta get some never sees on these bolts. Be right back. Just a little bit on the threads where it goes through the hub. Make life a little easier next time you take things apart. You never know. You might be into the universal next. Want to be able to, I'm sure the universal is going to go. I replaced the other one. The other side, last year, and I'm sure that wheel bearing is going to go on the other side, but hopefully the truck won't be in my hands by then. All right, get back on your 18, and even though I took these out with the impact, we're going to put them in with a socket wrench until she catches, and I feel confident. Let's start them all. Okay, and as you see, I'm drawing, and she's coming out the other end, and it's drawing it in nice. Draw all 4 corners evenly before you start to yarn them down, because she will not go. Still snugging. Get the bottom on. And then we'll turn the wheel and do more on the other side. See that gap? Starting to shut. Once that's all the way bottomed out, then hit her with the, if she starts to go right there, then hit her with the impact. And there's a torque spec. Don't know it, so I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to lead you guys in the wrong direction, you know. This is just a owner-operator getting it done. I'm not a Mopar tech. So that's snuggy duggy there. Just to the wrench. Let's give this an old turn job again. Man, that's tight. Oh. Need this. On the last bolt, just getting it wrench tight. There he is. Now everything's snug pretty good. Now this one we couldn't get the ratchet on. Remember the impact, so I'm gonna go ahead and yarn this one down by hand. The rest will go. I mean, it really ain't a big deal. I'm here now. I might as well just do them all by hand. And you'll know when you can't pull them no more. If you're a big guy. Yeah, you'll know. Alright, let's take this rubber band off, because this has to go through. This has to go around this and up through, I believe. I'll have to double check on that, but this one was... Alright, I'm going to bend this out for now and go up through. Yeah, right there at an angle. Bend that back down. So it goes like that. Through there, because it has to come up into this clip here. And this one's got new clips. You don't need to put new clips on, obviously, if your clips are good. Now we got past the caliper. Let's put the caliper on, then we'll mess with that ABS afterwards. We still got this nut to go on here, don't forget. So we don't forget, let's just get it on now. Because we do not want to forget that. I'm going to check the torque spec on that. Now let's get a fancy drum back on. And our rota. Beautiful day today. It's hot in this little cubby hole. Alright. Everything should go on nicely. Not like the olden days where the calipers used to close on you. Little never sees on there. Get these bolts hand tight, and then I'm gonna do the ABS before I forget. You know how that goes. Oh, man, that gun's awesome. Alright, that's done. Let's get the ABS on. Got all these fancy, nice little clips. Just follow them along. Because obviously, you want it right. We still got to take the old one out. So I got the old one here, and you just trace it, all the way till it gets back into this clip here. Oh, let's get the wheel on. Got the ABS all hooked in. Get these on hand tight, couple turns each one before you start yarning with the impact. I would suggest it. Give it the old wiggle. Looking good. No sound. Nice.